Hi, hello everyone. Firstly, I want to congratulate you all for watching my videos because at the end of the sessions, you will be able to gain some new knowledge, new skills and new technical terms after watching my videos. And I promise you that if you watch my videos completely and taking the notes every day, you will be able to succeed your goals at the end of your education. And in addition to this, I want to include you that this is a channel not meant for any likes, subscribes or any marketing purposes. This is a channel only meant for sharing of knowledge. And the channel name is Sharing is Growing. And here I will take you a quick overview of what is a full stack developer, what is web development, what is front end development, what is backend development, what is app development. These are all the terms that related to the software field I have to include you in this video. If you are a student who wants to pursue your career towards the IT field and drive your career in a software industry, this is the video for you. You will learn so many languages like C, Java, Python and HTML, CSS. These are all the comes under the development of the projects, development of the web pages. And if you want to learn those languages, firstly you need to know what is full stack, what is web, what is front end, what is back end, what is man stack. These are all the terms that you want to need to know before learning all those languages, because you will be working on the development of the websites, development of the apps. Okay, without any that much wasting of time, we will move on to the video. As a technical student, you need to know some basic technical terms about the web page, website, web browser and web server. Basically, what is a web page? Basically, a web page is a simple document that displayed by the browser. Basically, a web page is a simple document which will be displayed by a browser. That document will be written in an HTML language, hypertext markup language. What is web page? A web page is a simple document, simple hypertext document which will be displayed by a browser. This is a simple definition of the web page. And when you search something on the Google and the output result of the content is nothing but a web page. But what is website? What is website? A website is nothing but a collection of web pages. It contains all the collection of web pages and related content that is identified by a common domain name. Website is nothing but a collection of web pages and the related content that can be identified by a common domain name. And it should be published on at least one web server. Guys, here you need to understand it. Every terms are the interlinked, guys. Every terms in this slide will be interlinked. At first, web page is a hypertext document which will be displayed by a web browser. And what is website? A website is a collection of web pages and the related content which will be identified by a common domain name. And that common domain name should be published on at least one web server. Okay, then what is web browser? What is web browser? Web browser is nothing but an application software for accessing websites. It is an application software which will be accessed website. For example, when a user requests a web page from a particular website, the browser retrieves its files and take a quick request to the web server, and web server will be searching for those files and it will give as a response to the web page. Okay, response to the web browser, and the web browser will give you the results. And this is all about the web page, website and web browser. Okay, for simply, if you can also say what is web server. Basically, web server is a computer software and underlying hardware that accepts requests via HTTP. When you type HTTP or HTTPS in a URL, it will nothing but an hypertext transfer protocol for HTTP and hypertext transfer protocol secure for HTTPS. The difference between the both two is nothing but an hypertext transfer protocol secure is an extension of the hypertext transfer protocol. It is used for secure communication over a computer network and is widely used on the internet. I think you will be a bit clear of all about these technical words. Basically, a web page is nothing but a simple hypertext document which will be displayed by a web browser. Okay, and website is nothing but a collection of web pages and the related content that will be identified by a single common domain name. And that common domain name should be published on at least one web server. And then what is web browser? A web browser is nothing but a computer software application. And what is web server? Basically, web browser is a software application for accessing all the websites. And then what is web server? Web server is nothing but a computer that stores web server software and website components like all the components like HTML files, CSS files, JavaScript files, all will be stored in a web server only. I will dig into deep about all this concept further. Don't worry. When you search something on the Google or any browser, when you search something on any browser by taking an URL website, and if you search something on the browser like any field like Mozilla, Internet Explorer, Opera Mini, or any web browser, if you search something on the internet, firstly it will give a request. It will give a request to the web servers. It will give a request to the web servers. Okay, when you search something on the web browser, it will quickly give a request to the web server. Then what will the web server do? The web server does the thing that it will search for any related files that you are requesting. If you request something like any URL, it will be give a request to the web server, and web server will quickly searches for those files, such as the files like HTML files, CSS files, all the files related to that link, and it will be given as the response to the same web browser. It will be given as the response to the same web browser. When you search something on the internet, it will give as a request to the web server, and after searching all the related files on the web server, it will click responses, and it will give as a response to the same web browser and displays the output related content based on the files that you are saved in the web server. Okay, firstly we need to know what is frontend, what is backend, and what is full stack. For example, this is the criteria that we have just now discussed. When you search something on the web browser, it will give a request to the internet, and the internet will be, what will internet do means it will searching the files in the web servers, and if the related files will be restored, then it will be given as a response to the same web browser. For example, consider any URL like IRCTC. This is the general website for the booking of tickets. Okay, for booking train tickets, it will be general website IRCTC. When you browse this URL in a, see here, HTTPS is nothing but hypertext transfer protocol secure. Okay, www is nothing but an World Wide Web. Okay, when you search this URL in the web browser, what will happen means it quickly gives a request to the web server. When it gives a request to the web server, what will happen means the web server will suppose to search all the files related to this link. Okay, the web server will suppose it to check all the files related to this link. If the web server finds all the files like HTML files, CSS files, JavaScript files, and related JPG images, it will, after searching all these files, it will give as a response to the same web browser. Okay, it will give as the response to the same web browser, and we will get the output based on these files. Okay, this is the general thing that will be happening while you search something on the internet. And you search something on the internet, it will give as a request to the web server, and after checking all the results based on the URL, it will search some files, and that files will be sent directly to the same web browser as a result, and that based on those files it will be given as an output based on the designing structures of the HTML and stylings of the CSS and scripts of the Java, and all those will be given as the output display content. And here one thing you need to understand is, when you search something on the internet, it will give as the files as it is. For example, these files will be related to the IRCTC link, and if these files will be sent directly without any changes to the same web browser, then it will be nothing but an static website. Okay, what the thing is, when you search something on the internet, if the files which will be searched on the web server, those files will be sent directly without any changes. The main pre-built content will be same. Okay, for example, if you search this IRCTC URL 10 weeks ago, the URL will be same like this. The design of the interface of the Indian Railways booking tickets will be same. Okay, it will be never changed, because it will be a pre-built content that will be stored in these files. Okay, if the pre-built content without any changes will be sent directly to the web browser, then it is nothing but a static website. For example, when you search something like Instagram.com, if you see here, what is generally Instagram? When you log into your account, and if you take your Instagram every 5 minutes, for every 5 minutes you can if you reload the page, you will be landed with a different content. Okay, you will be landed with a different content. For example, 5 minutes later I have visited Instagram and I have landed with Ronaldo's post, and after 5 minutes just now I have opened my Instagram account and now I am seeing Messi's post, because it is the content will be reload. After reloading, the content will be changing. That changing of the content after the reloading or after the few span of time, that is nothing but a dynamic website. Okay, that is nothing but a dynamic website. For example, when you open Instagram and log into your account, it gives a request to the web server. Okay, same web server, it gives a request to the web server. And what will web server do? It gives again, it searches on the databases. It searches the databases, any updated information is present or not. Okay, it searches on the databases if there any updated information presented or not. For example, if there any updated information is present on the same URL, then it will be taking all those files. Okay, then taking all those files, and the files will be updated. Okay, that files will be updated based on the recent results. Okay, that files will be updated based on the recent results, and that results will be sent to the same web server. The web server will give an updated output like recent posts. For example, when you reload the page every time, it will be landed with a different content. That is nothing but a dynamic website. That website is nothing but a dynamic website like Instagram or any other sites, which will be landed with a different content. Okay, for example, here there is a basic differences between static website and dynamic website. Static website is nothing but a pre-built content is same every time the page is loaded, like IRCTC. For suppose when you load the page for several times, it will be landed on the same content when you see for the first time, because that is a static website. We don't need to update the content of the web page. The pre-built content should be same every time the page is loaded. And what is dynamic website? The dynamic website is nothing but the content is generated quickly and changes regularly. For every time you reload, the content will be changed based on those recent features. That the content of the page will be changed. It sends exactly the same response for every request. Okay, it sends exactly the same response for every request. When you request for several times to the web server, the same files will be sent to the web browser as the response. Okay, there will be no change of the files. But dynamic website, okay, sorry, actually this will be the mistake. And in dynamic website, what the thing happens is, it sends the updated information for every request. It sends the updated information. Here please modify this mistake. It sends the updated information for every request. Okay, here there is no interaction with database. Okay, the interaction with the database is not possible in the static website, because we don't need any updated information. We need only the pre-built content. So no need of databases in the static websites. Okay, and coming to the dynamic website, there is an interaction with the database. Why? Because we need to know the updated content on all the storage files in the database. We need to update the files, and we have to display it as the output. Okay, this is the use of the database in the dynamic website. What are the languages that we are using to develop the website? Means HTML, CSS, JavaScript are used for developing the website. And in dynamic website, we will use some server-side languages such as PHP, Node.js, and Java or Python. These are all the server-side languages that will be used to develop dynamic websites. And here, flexibility is the main advantage of static website. And here, content management system is the main advantage of dynamic website. Content management system is nothing but when you reload the page for the first time, you are landed on some content, and when you reload the page for another 5 minutes, after 5 minutes, you will be landed on the another page. Okay, that is nothing but the content management system. The content will be changed every time you reload the page. That is nothing but the dynamic website. I will give you a quick overview of all of these by taking an example further. Okay, basically, what is a full stack developer? What is a full stack developer basically? If you search something on the full stack developer jobs, there are a lot of opportunities. What is the use of this full stack developer? Who is full stack developer? The person who knows everything about the front end, back end, databases, DevOps, and app development. The person who knows the front end, back end, DevOps, app development, and the databases, he is nothing but as a full stack developer. Okay, or else we can simply say that the full stack developer is a combination of front end, back end, and the frameworks. A person who knows everything about the front-end development, back-end development and frameworks is also referred to as a full-stack developer. Okay, as a front-end developer, we need to know everything about the user interface. Okay, everything about the user interface. If you learn the languages like HTML, CSS and JavaScript, you are the front-end developer, and you will be referred as a front-end developer. Okay, everything about the interface. For example, when you quickly open any page, the interface will be nothing but a user interface is nothing but a front-end development, and the things that will be happen and the background of that pages is nothing but a back-end development that will be written in Python or Java or any server-side languages. And coming to the frameworks are applied to the whole development system for giving interactivity of the websites like Django, React, Angular. These are the tools that we are using in the frameworks, and this is nothing but a front-end developer. Basically, front-end developer is a combination of full-stack developer is a combination of front-end developer, back-end developer, and frameworks. This is nothing but an full-stack developer. I think you will be now what will front-end developer do means the front-end developer does the thing everything that will be about the user interface. Okay, and the backside things that we are visiting on the internet will be displayed by the back-end developer. And if you want to add any additional frameworks, you can also add by using Django or React or Angular, like that. We also need to learn everything about databases, MySQL, SQL, all the things that we have to learn as a front end, as a full stack developer. Okay, and coming to the front end, in the upcoming videos we will have to learn about the front end, and I will give you a quick overview of what is HTML, what is CSS, what is JavaScript. Basically, here the HTML is nothing but HTML is used for creating the structure. HTML is used for creating the structures of the website. And what the CSS do? CSS is used to stylize the website. CSS does stylize the website. It gives the additional styles or fonts, anything to the website. What will the JavaScript will do? With the use of JavaScript, we can increase the interactivity of the websites. We can increase the interactivity of the websites. Okay, for example, taking HTML, we will create the structure. What type of structure? It controls the layout of the content. It controls the layout of the entire content of the web page, and it provides structure for the web page design also. Okay, it provides proper structure of the web page design. Okay, basically HTML is a fundamental building block of any web page. Okay, it is a fundamental building block of any web page, and these three languages will be known by the any web page. Okay, these are all the most useful languages for creating for surviving as a front-end developer. And what about CSS? CSS is nothing but to stylize the website. It's nothing but it will apply some styles to the web page elements. Okay, it applies some styles to the web page elements. Okay, and what is JavaScript is used for? JavaScript is used for increase the interactivity. It adds interactivity to a web page. It handles complex functions and features of the web page. Okay, it handles complex functions and features of the web page. Okay, basically HTML is nothing but an hypertext markup language, and CSS is nothing but an cascading style sheets, and JS is nothing but an JavaScript. Okay, in HTML language, it determines how documents and web pages are displayed in a web browser. Okay, it is all about the content. It is all about the styles. Okay, styles like font styles, colors, layouts, and the responsive features that will be added to the web page is by the use of CSS, and JavaScript uses for interactivity of the websites. Okay, let me give you a big picture on what is front-end, back-end, and static website and dynamic website. Basically, the thing here is this is the website of the IRCTC, and when you visit this website few months back, the interface of the website will be as it is like you are seeing now, because there is no need of improvement in this website, and website is nothing but a static website. Okay, the static website can easily be developed by front-end developers. For example, if you know the languages like HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, you can easily develop the website like this. Okay, the static websites can be developed by using front-end developers. And for example, when I searched on the website, like if I want to buy the tickets from Bhubaneswar to something like Vijayawada Junction, when I do a search on this, okay, based on the availability of the trains, based on my date and time, based on the availability of the trains, it will quickly give me a result based on the availability of the trains and date and time. It will quickly give me the results. Okay, these are all the results that I have got when I search the trains from Bhubaneswar to Vijayawada junction. Okay, that is due to the backend of the development. Okay, that is due to the backend development, because in backend development we will be learn some database concepts. Okay, this entire uploaded information will be stored on the databases, and that database information will be reflected to you as a result based on the availability. That is known as backend development. The thing what is happening at the backend of the software is nothing but a backend development. For example, you don't know the how the trains will be allocated in a regular pattern, but when you search it on the Google, it will be give you a quick results based on the recent availabilities, so available trains, if I search it on the based on the available trains, it will give me the result. Okay, based on the availability of the trains and based on my time and date. Okay, based on the AC 3 tire. Okay, these are all the factors that is considered by the backend developers, and the developers need to use some databases to store the updated information in that, and it will be reflected to the interface. Okay, this is the backend of the IRCTC. For example, take any Amazon. Okay, Amazon. For example, when you take to the Amazon, it is the interface of can be easily developed by using HTML language. And if you want to buy something on the Amazon, okay, I will open this. Okay, when you open this, okay, there are a lot of similar items. Okay, there are a lot of similar items. Okay, these are all displayed based on the availability of the product. Okay, based on the availability of the product. For example, if I want to buy this product, okay, when I need to buy this product and open that product, okay, based on the availability, based on the stocks. For example, when I need to buy this product, if there is any stocks left in the stores, then it will be updated on the database, and the database products will be displayed in this. Okay, for example, the discounted price. Okay, everything will be updated. Okay, this is the dynamic websites. These are the dynamic websites. The uploaded information will be dynamic websites, and these dynamic websites can be developed by using backend developers. Okay, the dynamic website can be developed by using backend developers. For example, take Flipkart or Myntra or any website. We have to create a beautiful website, we need to learn front end and the back end. For example, we need to learn only static website. If you have the basic knowledge of HTML, CSS and JavaScript, you can easily be a front-end developer. For example, really you need to go for about the databases and DevOps like features. We need to know what is backend. Okay. For example, based on the availability, it will be changing. Okay, based on the availability, it will changing. Okay. This is the discounted price. The discounted price will be also reflected by databases after searching it on the database. It will be reflected. This is all the thing that is happening due to the back end of the program. Okay. This is the perfect example for the front end and the back end. What is static website? What is dynamic website? I think you get a good picture on it. Okay. Thank you.